I'm a real boy, Melanie. Boop. I need to double open this. X it here. Here. It doesn't say I'm live. Oh, there it goes. It took a minute. It's a lot easier to look at the chat or moderate the chat when it's in the YouTube and not in the Streamlabs. I think I'm plugged in on this thing. Hello, what's up? What's poppin', you guys? What's going on? Would talk, but in a meeting. Lols. Well, what's the meeting about, dude? What up, Harold? What's going on, Alex? What are you guys doing? What's up? What are you guys? Is it party time? You guys partying? What's going on? We're gonna do some base map shenanigans here in a minute. I gotta pull up some other stuff. Yo, I caught the start. You did, Eric. What's up? A sneaky live stream? What? What's going on? What are you guys up to? We are going to have party time. What am I thinking? ID, injector dynamics. Dynamics. I need the data from injector dynamics. 1050 XDS. Yo! You still do these? I'm trying to get back into doing them because it has been a little while since we have done them. But, yeah, I'm working on it. I'm working on getting back into them. I've been a little bit lazy with them. Hey, Terry, how's it going? What's going on, Paul? How you doing, man? What from Idaho? What's going on? Teach us how to make base map. Well, it's not too crazy hard. It's not too crazy hard, I promise. With, we should be able to get a map to be able to start up the 06 STI in, I don't know, maybe 15 minutes max. So, ST Kids in the house. Bro, I started a channel of my own, starting on my Evo 8. That's what's up! That's what's up, I love it! Link me the channel later, I'll go watch some stuff. I like to watch the fun stuffs, the little things. Hey bro, watching from Dubai? Damn, dude. You way on the other side of the world. What's going on? Not like you have anything else going on. I just got home from the shop, dude. I was working on the 06 still. But, you know, it'd be like that sometimes. It'd be like that. We just got back. But we're doing some base map stuff on the 06 STI. So if you didn't know, if you come over to Injector Dynamics website and you go to like the size injector that you have, like we're using the ID 1050s in our car. If you scroll down and you go over to plug and play data and then you click this little thingy that says the data is located here, it'll bring you to this page and it'll give you like all the information that you guys need. The information that you need for your base map stuff. So they have all of the ID 725s, ID 850s. I don't even know those are a thing. ID 1050 and 1050X super characterization. Click here. Boop. This should give you pretty much all the information. The fuel injector scaling will be calculated based off the ethanol content of the fuel. For pure gasoline, enter 0. For pure ethanol, enter 100. If you have any questions, I don't think we need that. Here we go, Cobb Subaru down here. So like this gives you everything that you need for your base map, which is kind of cool. Makes it like super easy. So fuel injector latency, fuel injector trim, fuel injector small IPW. Oh, this one's 02 to 05WX, 02 to 05WX. Fuel injector scale 2764 for 1050. These are for 1050s, right? Yeah, 1050X. These are from 2016. Mochi, what are you doing? Girl's chasing her butt in the other room. Surgery tomorrow on my neck? Bro, hopefully it all goes smooth. That does not sound like a fun time. Does not sound... Hey, Tanner, did you get my invitation? Invitation! Invitation to what? What are we doing an invitation to? I don't know. Did you send it to the P.O. Box? I haven't checked the P.O. Box in a little while. Carlos, hi from New Zealand. What's going on, dude? Hello. Hello from New Zealand. So, with this injector data... I'm actually just going to move this over onto the other screen. You guys probably won't be able to see that. But that lets me pull up this to be able to go in here and just... I'm essentially just going to take the information. Can I make this screen a little bit smaller? I can. So we'll just do this. That way everybody can kind of see what's going on here. Doop. 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 Look at that. Now we're just going to take the data from Injector Dynamics and put it into our... Access Tuner program. Yeah, the P.O. Box. I haven't checked the P.O. Box in a little while, but I will go down there this week to go check it out and see what's down there. I've been a little bit lazy with checking it out. Where is the Where's the other screen I'm looking for here? Did I lose it? Oh, I did. It's right there. Boop. This goes over there. I love you, Dad. What's up, Charlie? Tanner, are you ever planning to come to the East Coast? I don't think I've ever been to the East Coast, to be honest. Fuel injector trim. Fuel injector latency. We can start with that one. So 8, 4.9, 8, 1.9. So we're going to change that to 1.95. Okay. Then we have 10 voltage. 10. Edit. I'll put the edit screen over here so that way you guys can kind of see it. Okay. I'm going to go here. Go 1.43. It keeps moving my little box. 1.43. Then it has us do 12, 1.13. This is in milliseconds. Yeah, millisecond. Latency millisecond. Voltage should be on the top. Yeah, it is. So 12, 1.13. 14 volts, 0.92. 0.92. 16.80. Boom. Look at that, man. We are tuners. We are freaking tuning right now. I just realized that's supposed to be an 8. 8.00, not 6. 8, 195, 10, 143, 12, 113, 14, 092, 16, 080. If you're curious, I'm trying to point at the screen. If you're curious where that's coming from, it's right here in the injector dynamics data. So they literally give you all the data for all this. For injector scale, what do they have us go? Fuel injector scale 2764. 2764. Pulse width limit, do they give us that info? Pulse width limit right there. Boom. I'm going to go 0.309. Easy peasy. We did scale small IPW. That one was up here. 0.0. What is this? Injector pulse width compensation percentage. Okay. Injector pulse width percentage small IPW. Okay. Base pressure, we are using 43.5. I don't think I need to input copy and pasta. I mean, that's essentially what building a base map is copy and pasta. This base map is an old stage 2 one that I'm just kind of changing the injector scaling on and then changing a couple things within it, and then I'll just upload that to the access port, upload that map over to the car, and we should be pretty Gucci on getting that thing to run. So I just kind of finished up the engine bay stuff today, so it should be pretty easy to get it started. We might be able to get it started tomorrow. Probably get it started tomorrow. What I missed? We're just doing the base map right now for the. I just realized my face is like covering up some of this information. Where do I want to put it? I mean, I guess that's kind of fine right there. We'll go right in the middle, I guess. Nothing too crazy. I mean, we're just getting the base map set up for the 06 STI right now. Small IPW, injector 1 pulse width, latency milliseconds. This should be in milliseconds also. Is this that's percentage, not milliseconds. I haven't done this before using this software, so there's a small learning curve for me. This is injectors fuel injector trim small IPW max IPW. Max small IPW. It says 3. I feel like I should change that to 3. Fuel injector pulse width limit. This one is max IPW. Max small IPW. That's small IPW, max IPW. Max RPM, small IPW. No latency, millisecond reflash only. This is a little confusing, I'm not going to lie. Quick question, 650cc injectors on TD06 twist mount. Is a twist mount rotate? I don't know what a twist mount is, to be honest. I think that means, is that rotated? Trying to rotate a TD06? What's expected to get on an FBO AEM 340 liter per hour fuel pump with 1050X injectors, STI turbo in the horsepower? I mean, STI turbo, you're going to cap it at like 330 max. You could probably push it a little bit harder, but I wouldn't suggest it. But you could probably push it a little bit more than that. But stock turbo, VF39 or VF48, either way, you're still going to be looking at like 330-ish horsepower. It gives me a little table description down here. Fuel injector trim, small. This is the maximum injector pulse width, last calculated, non-compensated, in which the fuel injector trim, small IPW table will be applied. Corresponding RPM threshold must also not exceed. So this is fuel. We'll come back to that because we have small IPW, max IPW, and we have max RPM. Max RPM, that one says 10,000. I don't know if it needs to be 10,000. That's what this says. Max RPM, small IPW. Small IPW, max RPM. This one just says small IPW, which this one gives me a table, which I'm going to come back to that one. This one's max IPW, small IPW. Max small IPW, which just says 3.0, 3.00. But it turns red. I don't like how it turns red. Max RPM is 10K. Max RPM. We copy pasta the data. We copy pasta the data right now. So this one, fuel injector trim, small IPW, max RPM. Small IPW, max RPM, 10,000. Max RPM, small IPW. Small IPW, max IPW, max small IPW, which I think is this, which is 3. I mean, we'll find out when I go start the car. Fuel injector trim, small IPW. So this one should be a scale. Fuel injector trim, small IPW. This gives it to me in percentage. This is percentage, so this is the one that we're doing right now. So 0.309, enter. That's going to be minus. Can I do a minus? Was that let me do a negative? Oh, it does. Negative 33.6. That's weird. I didn't know it would let me do a negative. 0.428. Right here, we're going to do minus 29.7. Minus 29.7. I have to minus 29.7. Pull 0. Does it matter if the scale... I guess not. I guess it doesn't matter too much. 0. Which one did I just do? 428. Now we're going to do 592. That one's another negative. So this one's going to be... do that. Negative 17.2. We come up here, it goes 0.819. Come here, minus. I have to hit a number first. Minus 12.5. Come up here, 1.133. I will jump to the comments in a second. I do apologize, you guys. I'm trying to copy and pasta. Minus 6.3. Did I skip one? No, I didn't. 1.567. Turn numlock back on. That one didn't take. 1.567. Why are you not taking? Do I have to change this one first? Minus 2.3. Took the minus 2.3. 1.567. Do I have to hit OK? Why are these three not changing right now? Minus 0.8. This one is just 0. So why is it not letting me adjust these three up here? Do I have to come back to that one? So if I go 3.00, it'll let me do that one. 2.168. Why won't it let me change this one? 1.567. Weird that it wouldn't let me change that one immediately, but it let me change it eventually. So that one should be our fuel injector trim small. The small IPW is your table EPW. Alright, thanks for starting building my car engine-wise after a small inconvenience. Yeah, that one you have to change both the scale and the values. It was just weird that it wasn't letting me change this one until I changed the other ones, but I'm guessing that's because, like, maybe it wouldn't let me exceed or... I don't know. This is my first time playing the Cobb software. I've played in the Haltech stuff, and for me, the Haltech stuff is a little easier to understand, but then again, I have a little bit more time in the Haltech stuff. After you get this down, you should do a how-to video on tuning. Bro, I need to figure out, like, the basics of tuning, but I don't think we're doing any of these multipliers right now for offset for cylinders 1 through 4. It is kind of cool that it lets you do it per cylinder, but I don't think we need to do any of that quite yet. Like fuel pump? What does it let me do on fuel pump? It lets me change the duty cycle. Oh, that's kind of cool. Mid 66.7, low 33.3. Is per idle then scaled up? What do you mean is per idle? Is your fuel pressure correct because all the values change based on fuel pressure using? Where does it let me... Does it let me set a base fuel pressure in here? It's got to be somewhere. There has to be a fuel pressure. It's 43.5. I just haven't entered that in yet. I just don't know where to enter that in, to be honest. This is my first time like actually like going through the software, so I apologize if I look a little lost in the sauce, because to be honest, I am a little bit lost in the sauce. Does it allow for a fuel pressure to be inputted? Because we are using 43.5. Enter ethanol content 10%. I don't see anywhere in our software where it wants me to do that. I got you on phone and TV. Replacing my up pipe right now. What's up, fellas? What's up, dude? Hopefully that goes smoothly for you. Let me close all these so that way we can go through all these one at a time, and maybe that way I don't feel like super overwhelmed. So AF learning, I don't think it would be an AF learning. Closed loop target, I don't think it would be in that either. Fuel tables, that just gives me all these drop downs right here. Search fuel pressure. Where? I don't see where to search fuel pressure in here. Edit. Dashboard table is data log viewer. Help. Update. File. There's not even a search feature, man. Advanced parameters. I mean, these are all our check engine lights and whatnot. I don't think I need to be messing with those quite right this second. I don't think right this second. Are you on pale side for someone named Tanner? Are you on the pale side for someone named Tanner? A little bit, man. A little bit. Search fuel pressure. It does. There's nowhere to search. There's nowhere to search. There's no search bar. In the search bar above the drop downs. Where do you see a search bar above the drop downs? I don't see a search bar anywhere in here. I don't see a search bar. It's fine. We'll find it. We'll find. We gotta navigate and learn the software anyways. We'll find it. I would assume it would be under like fuel pump duty. This is also an old rendition of the. This is old software. This is like maybe early, like mid 2015 ish. So I don't even know if it has the option for me to input it. Well, this data is from 2016, so I'd assume that it would have some kind of overlay in here. Magnifying glass right at the top. Dude, I am blind. Melanie, do you see a magnifying glass in here anywhere? Someone's saying there's a magnifying glass for search. I don't see it. It'd be in this program. She don't see it either, man. Maybe we're blind. It's right above the folder list. I don't see any. I don't see it, dude. I don't see it. It's in the Cobb special features. I feel like you guys are just trolling me right now. Connect, reset, view, status bar, data log viewer, dashboard, advanced parameters, configuration, space map parameters, save load, search, command. It's whatever. We'll find it. We'll find it in here. Miscellaneous. I feel like it would maybe be under miscellaneous. Fuel compensation, TPS, fuel adder. These are all TPS. Open loop primary. Yeah, that would be in there. Overrun. Definitely not in there. Post start enrichment. Tip in and. Doubt it would be in any of these. Not in those either. It's whatever. I'll find it later. Do you ever plan on coming down to Texas? Maybe at some point. I don't think we really have like a full reason to go down to Texas quite yet, but we can. I mean, it wouldn't be a bad idea. Wastegate duty. I want to set all of this to 0 right now and just run off of. We're just going to leave all wastegate duty at 0 and just run off of gate. We can leave those for now. Wastegate duty, cycle high, throttle position, engine speed, RPM. Yeah, we're just gonna leave wastegate duty at 0 until we get into actually like getting past like base tuning stuff, just to get the car running and driving. Once we get some of that worked out, then we'll come back and we'll actually start playing with wastegate duty. Fuel pressure base is in the Cobb special features folder. If you don't have that version, that doesn't support it. Yeah, I don't think I have it. Like I said, this is old Access Tuner race that I bought years ago for one of my old cars, and you can marry the software to your access port, and then it marries to the ECU. So it's not like your traditional Access Tuner software that like tuners have. This is like old stuff, but it's like it's good enough for me to be able to learn on, if that makes sense. 0 your injector per cylinder compensation while you're at it. Do we need to? Injector for cylinder compensate? What, the multiplier offset? Why would we 0 all this out? I'm not opposed to it. I just want to know why. Because right now this is set up as a stage... Oh, God, dude, that fell. Right now it's set up as like a... This is like an old stage 2 OTS tune that I'm just kind of modifying just to get the car running. And then once we get it driving, then we can go in and start playing with things. And get it kind of sorted, which I know I'm going to have to go in here. It's under advanced parameters. Advanced parameters. There's a couple things I need to... P0420. O2 sensor circuit low, high. Yeah, we're going to get rid of all the O2 sensor circuit stuff. We're just going to get rid of all of those. I don't think we need any of those. Coolant, thermostat, insufficient coolant temperature. We'll keep all that. Engine coolant, intake air. Yada, yada, yada. Map sensor. I have to configure the map sensor. That's something that we got to do while we're in here. Otherwise, it's not going to fare well for us. Intake manifold, runners. We're going to get rid of all those. Get rid of all those. Positive crank. We're going to get rid of that. Vent. Solenoid, fuel pressure control valve, get rid of those. Return spring failure, I don't know what return spring failure would be. O2 sensor circuit range, get rid of those. Throttle actuator, control module, internal combustion, idle air control system performance, starter request. There's so many things in here. Cooling fan, fuel level, evap. We don't have evap. A lot of this stuff was gone when I got the car. Okay, don't come at me. Atmospheric pressure sensor. I don't... Atmospheric pressure. There is no baro sensor on the 06 STI. At least mine doesn't have it. I mean, mine never had it. Okay. I need to find map sensor. Yo! Tanner the Tuner. I mean, I wouldn't say that quite yet. We're Tanner trying to figure out the software to be able to start his own car. You don't need fuel pressure setting. It's just a handy feature they added later. I don't even think ours has it. I thought it was married to the car, by the way. So the way that this software works is this software is married through the access port to the ECU of the car. So it's all married together as one unit. You cannot use this software for anybody else's car or anybody else's access port. It's literally married to my ECU. Yeah, that's a baro sensor. Keep it active. I don't have a baro sensor, though. We don't. I mean, even on my 06 STI's engine harness, like brand new engine harness, there's no spot for a baro sensor. I think that was 07 Plus that got the baro sensors. I do need to find sensor calibrations right here. We need map sensor. So I need to actually find the map sensor MAF calibration for the cob intake and the map sensor calibration for our map sensor. Baro pressure sensor caliber. We don't even have this sensor. Coolant temp, shouldn't need to change it. Front O2, shouldn't need to change it. Fuel temp, shouldn't need to change it. Intake temp sensor. This one we will have to change because we have a GM intake or IAT sensor, so we do need to find that. So GM IAT sensor calibration. GM IAT sensor. None of those. Updated calibration for AEM and GM IAT. Naziok coming in clutch. This is not, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Lance. Wait, oh, here's the updated tuning spreadsheet. There's a tuning spreadsheet? Is this still active? Cobb map sensor calibrations? Oh, what is this? What have I found? Subaru access tuner support item not found. Lame. Wait, Cobb tuning network display access tuner request. Wait, maybe I need to... Is it this whole thing? Item not found. Lame. 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 How finicky are 5 speeds in the WXs? I'm saving up for 1 just to make sure. I mean, they don't hold power, but if you're just looking for like a manual conversion, they work great. They work great. What am I looking at here? Is this Fahrenheit? AEM... Access tuner IAT sensor calibration data for GM IAT sensors. Hey, that works. That works right there. Now we need to do this because we are running a remote IAT sensor. So we have pulled it off the MAF, and it is now in the intercooler piping, so we do need to update the IAT sensor. Then you'll need to hook up access port and log absolute pressure to check if it's responding right pressure. It's got to pull baro pressure from somewhere because the 06 STI doesn't have the baro sensor like the 07 Pluses do. So it's got to have one somewhere. 0.20, which is 120. We have 0.36, temp 248 Fahrenheit. This is in Fahrenheit, right? Intake temperature pre-turbo. Is this Celsius? It says C, which I would assume is Celsius. Can I change units in here? I can do this in Haltech, but I don't know if I can change units. Which isn't a big deal if I can, but it says intake temperature pre-turbo C, which I would assume is Celsius. Can I see this guy up here a little bit more? I want to see this graph. I'm assuming that's Celsius. 120 minus 40. That's got to be Celsius, right? That's got to be Celsius. It's not ECU. It's in the ECU. Okay. Didn't know that with 06. Actually did not know that. At least our 06 had a baro sensor. That's so weird. Mine does not have a baro. It doesn't even have a provision for like secondary air pump or anything like that. Power wise, it won't be going crazy. Just downpipe headers and exhaust and mostly cosmetic. You should be fine with 5-speed. Should be fine. Just try to keep the torque a little bit down. You should not absolutely grenade it. Okay, if this is in Celsius, then 120, 120, 120, 120. It makes way more sense for this to be in Celsius, so it's in Celsius. 0.52, 113, 0.67, 102. No, 102. 0.83, 93. It's honestly not too far off on this calibration already. 0.99, 86. 114, 80. 130, 76. 146, which in this one it says 145 is 72. We'll change that to 1.45. 145. Where I missed something here. 130, 145, 161. 161 is 67. 177 is 63. See, look, it's not too hard to set up a base map, you guys. Like, we can figure this out. 192. The real difficult part is going to be getting the car to make power. I feel like I can get it to drive, no problem, but it's going to be getting it to make power. 208. 224 is 53. 239. This is voltage, by the way. So what you're seeing, I don't know if you guys can... Yeah, up here, so what you guys are seeing up top, the top row is voltage for what the IAT sensor is reading, and then as it's reading that voltage, it correlates it to the temperature, and then I don't know where it converts the temperature from Celsius to Fahrenheit. I would assume that in the software it would be Fahrenheit. Well, I guess it doesn't matter. I guess that doesn't make sense too. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Somewhere in the line, it converts it from... Maybe it's in the access port that it converts it from Celsius to Fahrenheit, because you can change units in the access port also. 239, we are at 49. 255, we are at 45. 271, which on this one is 270, so I guess we'll change that to 2.70. 2.70 volts, we're at 41 Celsius. What is this? Edit, cancel, no, I don't want to edit that one. 270, then we go 286, which is 38. 38, not 120. 302, 34. This okay, I was about to say it's got to go farther than that. 317, 31. 333, 28. 349, 24. This is essentially what I do in the Haltech stuff, except I have to assign all the wires and build it all out. It's a little easier in the access tuner stuff because it kind of gives you it all here. 380, we're at 18, 18, 396, which on this one is 395. 395, we're at 13. 411, we're at 8. 427, we're at 1. No, 4 point. Where did my thing just go? 4.27 volts. We are at 1. 4.42 volts. We are at negative 8. Negative 8. 4.58, we're at negative 23. Negative 23. Negative 4.74 volts, and we go down to negative 40. All right, so that should be our IAT sensor set up. So like I said, top row up here is going to be, these are both 120. Did I miss that? No, they're both 120. So the top row is going to be voltage for what the IAT sensor sees. Bottom row is the temperature in Celsius for what that voltage corresponds to. So it shouldn't be too bad. The stock ECU works in C, in C. Interesting. Why did it go from green to red? That is a good question that I can't answer because I don't know. I don't see, like, goes green, yellow, then red. I don't know why it shifts to red. Like, this voltage here is yellow. This voltage here is yellow. Yellow, red voltage, yellow voltage, white voltage. I don't know why some of the voltages turn red and some of the temperatures turn red when other ones turn green. I couldn't tell you on that one. Doug, it turns red when you change it to a higher number IRC. I wasn't a fan of Cobb's GUI for that. GUI. I don't know why. It doesn't make sense to me, like the logic of the colors here. Like at 0.20 or 0.20 volts or 0.2 volts, it's yellow, but at 0.36 volts it goes white, and then at 1.45 volts it randomly goes yellow again. I don't understand the color scheme of this, but we have the data swapped over. So we still have to do our MAF calibration, which I should be able to find that somewhere, because there's a reason I used primarily Cobb stuff, and it's so I could get a lot of these calibrations pretty easy. I mean, you can find any map sensor for the most part calibration and just transfer it over. I mean, for the MAF and the map sensor calibration, I'm assuming it's not going to be too much different than what we just do. It is weird, though, for this map sensor calibration for what I'm looking at right now, because on the Haltech stuff, for what I'm used to for a map sensor calibration, is I have voltage and I have my map sensor correlation. On this, I have map sensor calibration offset and then the map calibration multiplier. Map determination average window delta. Like, these are things that I'm not used to. So for that, we will cross that bridge in a minute. But first, I'm going to try to find the MAF calibration on the Cobb intake. It'd be really nice if they had it like right on their website. MAF calibration Cobb intake 2006 STI. I gotta be able to find the calibration somewhere, right? This Google AI stuff kind of comes in handy sometimes. Cobb SF intake MAF scaling. Look at that. Naziot coming in clutch again. I wonder if the Cobb SF MAF housing is larger in diameter. The reason I'm asking, that's for an 08 STI. Yo, get a blow up sheet. I know, but it's the SF MAF. Here you're comparing the flow of various voltages for a given MAF. What is this for? We need it specifically for the 06. Which it would be really nice if they had the calibration on their website, but I don't think that's something that Cobb actually provides. Maps and programs a bit. Actually, no. This calibration that I'm looking at now should already be set up for the Cobb intake, because if I remember, I think it was under base map properties. Stage 2 using 93 or 94 octane requires stock turbo, stock intake. Oh, that's stock intake or Cobb tuning SF intake. So I would assume that based off of these initial map notes that this MAF scaling will work with the Cobb SF intake. I could be wrong. I'll look into that again here in a little bit, but I need to find the map sensor calibration also in the map sensor data. Be careful with the AI stuff. It's really good at sounding right, but incredibly wrong. Sometimes it's right, sometimes it's wrong. I've gone back and forth with it before, but I wouldn't trust it for like calibration and like scaling and things like that. SF is stock diameter. Big SF is bigger than that being said. It usually needs some adjustments. I'm sure we'll have to make some of those adjustments once the car is running. But given what I saw off of the base map properties, which I'm actually going to change this to, I guess, a short description, Tanner 06 STI base map. Base Mapo. What do I want to put? Revision 1, I guess. This would be revision 1. Stock engine. What would do? IAT, relocate, turbo back, cob, map, sensor, cob intake, cob from an intercooler, etc. I don't think I need to change it outside of that too much. You scale your MAF once the car's running. I figure, well, I know we're going to scale the MAF once it's running, but I didn't know if I should change the initial starting point based off of, because this is my first time ever tuning any, like, ever even adjusting a tune with a MAF sensor. I've never tuned anything or even adjusted, like, tunes with a MAF sensor. The RX-7, the STIs, all of that have always been speed density based, so I have zero experience playing with MAF sensor, or MAF sensor stuff, so it'll be kind of interesting trying to figure that out. Makes you throwing yourself. You're running speed density though. It's hybrid speed density for what we're doing. So we have a remote IAT sensor, but we're still using the MAF sensor. Cob, map, sensor, scaling, STI. I don't know if it matters. I don't know if they provide. Oh no, it's right here. HPA. I actually just had a meeting with the guys at HPA the other day. Super cool dudes. Attached files. That's not the same map sensor. That's the old map sensor. Not that one. How old is this? How old was this posted? Doesn't say. That is not the right map sensor, though. You scale your map once the car's running. See, we're learning together. Well, I'm learning. Do you think they would have it in the instructions for the scaling? I doubt it. Important, installing the scale will require tuning or utilization and appropriate stage power package. If you're matching mechanical, please consult COB. Calibration data. Love it. Love it. Love that they put this in here. Love that for us. Okay, so map sensor calibration multiplier gradient 15. Map sensor calibration multiplier. Map sensor calibration multiplier. Let me scoot this back over a little bit. Offset PSI. So we have map sensor calibration offset. This is in PSI or bar. This is in PSI. So if this is in bar, I'm assuming I have to do a conversion for that. Map sensor voltage range, 0.5 volts. What do I have for map sensor? I've got to be missing something else for map sensor here because I do not have all of these other things that they're telling me. I have map determining average window, map delta threshold, sensor calibration, map determining average window, map delta threshold, average manifold pressure delta bar, reflash only. This is in bar. I don't need to say map sensor calibration offset PSI. I have that. This is in bar, so I need to convert PSI to bar. Minus 7.5 PSI. Mel, what's the conversion on that? I don't. It's 1 bar is 14.7 psi. Bar to psi. I just got negative psi. That's the one. I'm like, I don't know. Minus 7.5 is half a bar. So point would be minus. Can I get my little thingy? My little window. There it is. So that's going to be minus 0.517107. That should be from PSI to bar, since that's reading bar. There's on the Cobb website. Hey Tanner, I was wondering what the normal coolant temps at idle. I got a 2013 STI, and I just got up to 190, and would the heater core lines being backwards cause issues? I mean, they wouldn't necessarily cause issues. 190 is totally normal. I mean, like operating range is like 190 to 205. Sometimes 207, 208. Your cooling fans should kick on at 205 and then turn off at either 185 or 190 if I remember off the top of my head. But 190 is totally fine. Look it up on Cobb speed density manual. There's various map sensor calibrations, including the Cobb one. I assume though, since I'm using this sensor from Cobb, that's the one that I want. It's just using this older software. It seems like I mean, which isn't a bad thing. Using older software, I don't have as much to enter in or as much adjustability, I would assume. Like I said, I don't know. This is my first time playing with the software. Yeah, 1 bar is 14.5 PSI. I thought 1 bar is 14.7 PSI. Probably 14. It is 14.5. I was 0.2 off. You're right. Map sensor calibration multiplier. Map sensor calibration multiplier 15. Gradient. This is in bar. What does that mean? Map determining average window. Map delta threshold. This apply a carb sticker. Got it. This one's confusing me just a little bit. I'm not gonna lie. Just because it could be that I have older software. Pressure at max voltage, 60 psi at 4.5 volts. We have the offset in there. The multiplier. Maybe it's just throwing me off because map sensor calibration multiplier gradient. I just don't understand what gradient to bar, because we have manifold absolute pressure and bar, whereas multiplier is gradient. So that one, I'm gonna ask a buddy on that one. I spent last year learning to tune a rotated turbo STI with ECU flash. Had the old UTEC piggyback and factory stock ECU tune there. That sounds fun. Look it up in the Cobb speed density manual. There's various map sensor calibrations, including the Cobb one. I'm going to ask a dumb question. What is ATM? At this moment, I believe ATM is at this moment. What software are you using for tuning software? I know in Cali most of our local tuners can't turn off cell for TGV downpipes. Search Google for Subaru speed density tuning guide. It's for DI. Oh, that says DIT. Okay, I will Google this. I will Google that. Is this the one I'm going towards? Going for? Access tuner. Map. I want map. Miscellaneous tables. The tables. Getting started mechanical configuration. I want hybrid mode. Control F. Map. Initial map configuration. Map sensors. Okay, I like this. Cobb 4-bar multiplier. 14.5, so offset. Okay. Oh my god, dude, you're a G. Tom, you are an absolute G. We like Tom. Tom, if I ever meet you in person, I'm going to give you all, like, every t-shirt we have just for that. I didn't even know this document existed. This is phenomenal. Okay, so map sensor calibration multiplier 14.504 psi. So that's just 1 bar for the multiplier. So this would just be 1 if it's in bar. Offset minus 7 point. Did I get that one right? Did I calculate that one out right? I did not. This is in bar. This one's in psi. Okay, yeah, no, I did get that one right. Look at that, dude. We're freaking doing the thing. Tom's a G. Tom's a G. I like Tom. Atmosphere pressure is like normal Earth pressure. It is. It's just like figuring out all of this stuff. It's a new learning curve with the new software. If I open, you're welcome. It's like if I open up the Haltech software, I could navigate the Haltech software to be able to do whatever I need to do for like sensor calibration and getting all that set up. But in this, it's like this is very different. I'll pull up the Haltech software after this, and I'll show you guys how much easier it is to navigate the Haltech software than it is the Cobb software. And that's just only because I have that experience with the Haltech software. Okay, so when an aftermarket map sensor is installed, you will need to set up the map sensor calibration appropriately. This is done via map sensor calibration multiplier and map sensor calibration offset tables in the sensor calibrations group. The boost reading via Access Tuner software access port should then be compared to an external boost gauge to verify accuracy before tuning speed density. The recommended calibrations for some of the most popular aftermarket map sensors are shown below. Warning, these calibrations are provided for your convenience only and do not represent an endorsement for or against any particular product. The manufacturer specifications can change at any time. It is important that you verify the sensor calibration that you're going to use before tuning speed density. Notice, values below are shown in standard units PSI. Make sure the standard unit selection is in a checked state and access. Standard unit selection? Hold up. Do I have that? Do I have standard unit selection? Data log viewer, table graph. I don't think I have that. I don't think I'm fancy enough to have that. Configure options. What do we have here? What is all of this? What is this table? This is a whole new table. This is a whole new thing we got going on here. What is this? AEM Yugo. Oh, dude, this is old school. This is when you plug in the communications cable, like the old computer, like 5-pin communication cables into your computer, and you can actually like hook this up to like your AFR gauge and whatnot and things like that. These are old. This is like super old display. No, gauge list. This is kind of neat. This is really neat right here. I didn't know all of this was in here. What do we... OCD duty intake, primary radiator fan switch, fine knock learn, tip in, roughness. Dude, there's so much. Motec Pro Lambda meter, Zetronics AFR meter. There's some cool stuff in there. Display tab, you can set Imperial Standard. I'm like illiterate with this. Manage maps, revert stock map, revert changes, revert working map, save load. I want to save so far. Yeah, we'll save. We'll finish. Save this. Home, desktop. Save it to my desktop, just in case. Alright, edit. Table list. Connect to ECU, flash map, change ECU, about, update. I figured it would be like a units one. I don't know. So it seems like this sensor calibration map determining average window map delta threshold, I am not changing. It looks like I am not really doing anything in that based off of what I'm reading here. Go back to display and check standard unit. Where do you guys see display? Where are you guys seeing some of this stuff? Connect to ECU data logging. I don't see display anywhere. Manage maps, revert stock map, revert changes, undo, advanced parameters, base map properties, dashboard. I don't see a display anywhere. I feel like I'm being gaslit for a magnifying glass in this display tab. Also, your access tuner to standard units Imperial so you can work in PSI. It took me like 3 months to get cruise control because I still have big side feeds injectors that don't like low pulse. Through a cell idle, gotta love cruising when you have a cell. Dude, I swear, you guys are gaslighting me into like some windows that actually aren't here. I trust Tom. Same screen where you had AEM Motec stuff. Okay. So that was, how did I even get to that? That was configure options. Display. So, oh, display. Display. Okay. Show standard units. Oh. Okay. Standard units. Okay, so now if I go in these, will it say PSI? It says PSI! I love it. I love it. That's phenomenal. Okay, well, I had this one a little bit off, it looks like. Minus 7.252. Boom. Okay, there we go. So that's offset. Yeah, that's offset. Okay. Look at that! We got normal degrees and everything now. Okay, I was not being gaslit on that one. I felt like I was being gaslit, but I wasn't being gaslit. I think that should be it for our sensor calibrations. So we've got our intake sensor calibrated, which is the GM IAT sensor. We've got our map sensor recalibrated. Map scaling, we'll mess with that when the car is running, but right now we have the standard one, which since this is an old school stage 2 tune, it's already set up for the Cobb SF intake, so we'll fine tune it a little bit. Still, like I said, tuning with map sensor stuff is very new to me, but now it's gonna be 200%. Dude, it will be. Alt F4 to get to display settings. Don't do this. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing that. I want to show you guys the Haltech one. Haltech NSP. I don't know if I have a map to pull up. I'll update it. Update when I close NSP. Let me see if I have a map to open up on this right now. Doo-doo. Doo-doo. Where are all of my maps? Auto backup. I don't know what tune this is. But it's so much easier on Haltech. And like I said, this is what I'm used to. There's nothing wrong with the Cobb stuff, but that's using a inline one. Fuel pressure, wiring, filter. So like for fuel pressure, I think What car is this for? I don't even know what car map I just pulled up. Oil pressure, knock detention, coolant temp, coolant pressure, vehicle speed, drivetrain, sensor. This was the RX-7. This was definitely RX-7 if it's got drivetrain sensor. So like flex fuel composition, easy. Where's the like these ones are easy. They're so easy to scale in Haltech. Coolant temperature, same thing. You just enter in the voltage and the temperature. Oil temp, voltage, temperature. It's so much easier to navigate, in my opinion, than the Cobb stuff. Same with even like fuel tuning, like your base fuel tuning tables. It's a lot easier to read these at least for me, it's a lot easier to go into these tables and read these tables as opposed to like the Cobb ones. Because these are it's very like laid out in a way that's very user friendly. And it's also like not a cheap ECU or not a stock ECU. So I mean the user interface is a little nicer. Now Subaru EJ20. What car is this? What car is this for? Oh, I guess this might be one of like the weird maps I was messing around with, testing things on Nexus R3. Duh, this is the RS. I don't know which rendition of the RS this is, but it's a lot easier to set this stuff up. Might have stuff you don't want people to see, maybe. I don't care. You guys can look at all this. This is like calibrations and whatnot that I put together, so there's nothing like hidden in here. Coolant temp corrections, engine configuration, trigger system, which I actually need to change this. We need to go to a more custom one. Dwell times for the ignition systems. Like, it's a lot easier to set up a Haltech, in my opinion. Charlie, it doesn't handle some of these timing, stock timing works. Could a stock EJ207 V7 handle Carberry anti-lag? I mean, with the biggest stressor is like cylinder head stuff, valve float. When we set the anti-lag a little too aggressive on the EG33, we ended up bending every single valve. So, I mean, it depends on how aggressive or non-aggressive that you make it. No. No! Do not update NSP right now. Update it later. The way stock ECU does tuning is really weird compared to aftermarket stuff. Yeah, that's why, like, this whole software, it's very like matrixy whenever I look at this. Like, what do we even have in miscellaneous tables? Radiator fan vehicle speed modes. Vehicle speed mile per hour reflash only. Interesting. Like, why would I want to change that? Miscellaneous table radiator fan coolant temp modes. Coolant temperature reflash only 189, 194, 194, 205. I'm guessing this is primary or secondary fan. I'm not entirely sure. Gear determination. Threshold rev mile. I'm not even gonna mess with that one. I have no need. Launch control. Should we just set our launch control and our flat foot shifting to the moon? Max vehicle speed 2.5. We're not gonna mess with any of that right now. We don't need to mess with any of that. I think for the most part we have this set up to a point where the car will run and it will start, and we can kind of go from there. The way stocky, yeah. The new Atlas tuning for the VAVB looks really promising for the stock ECU. I have not seen those, but I'm actually kind of curious to see what those look like. I really wanted to hear what my car would sound like with it, but I'm not sure if the motor would just blow up. I mean, typically, it's not just going to blow up on spot. I mean, it shouldn't, at least. It shouldn't just blow up on spot. But I believe this should be solid for us to be able to start the car. I don't see why it wouldn't be. It's weird. Where's like my base fuel table? Where's my base fuel table in here? Base. Where's... do I not have a base fuel table? I have cranking, fuel pump, injectors, miscellaneous, evap, TPS, open loop. Is it just like open loop, closed loop for this? I do like how they give me a graph. I do like having the graph. The fan modes are main low, main, and sub low, main, and sub high. That's so... Like I said, I haven't messed with the stock ECU stuff too much. It's all been standalone, so a lot of this is... I'm gonna learn. I'm about to learn a hell of a lot of stuff. I can put them together, but now I really got to figure out how they work. We can smooth things out. So I'm assuming this is like my base fueling tables, primary open loop. I should have... Where's my closed loop? Okay, so I have a lot of other tables in here. Closed loop target. I'm not going to change any of this stuff. I just want to go through and just kind of figure out what I'm looking at. Number 3, adder, decrease B, increase A, increase B. I'm assuming this little guide thing that Tom threw in here, man, I'm about to go ham on this thing later. I'm about to read the hell out of that. AF Learning 1, mass airflow, grams per second, reflash only. Okay, boost tables, boost limiters, fuel cut, wastegate, solenoid. So I should... We have a 1 bar spring, so it's 14.5 psi on the wastegate. I set wastegate duty all to 0. Wastegate duty high and low should all be 0. So it should. I believe this should just make it run off wastegate. Because right now I don't want to go anything past wastegate, and I'm pretty sure that's when I start adding duty percentage into this. Throttle percentage, engine speed, RPM. So we're going to leave all of that at 0. Turbodynamics, proportional. Where's my knock? Where's knock? What would that be under? Launch control, miscellaneous limiters, rev limit, speed limits, cruise control. Cruise control limits? What? You can set cruise control limits? Yeah, it's going to run off wastegate. Perfect. That's what we want. Bro, beans, remember relative versus absolute pressure. For which are you talking about? For boost? Are you talking about boost? Which one are we talking about right now? A lot of that shit you leave alone. Mark! Primary open loop fueling, dog. That is the base fuel table, right? It's primary open loop. This is my base fuel table. How does the engine speed RPM versus calculated load grams? Is this grams per rev? G over V. I bet you this will tell me G over REV. Raising factory load cap. If the ECU you're tuning only has a single load limit table, load limit max primary under the miscellaneous limiters group, then raising it. Dude, I'm going to read so much of this document tonight. Like, what we have now should get the car running, but I'm going to go so deep into this thing over here. There's so much, dude. Tom, you're a G, man. Tom came in clutch. I don't know if this is one of... Can I download this? Is this a downloadable thing? What is this? Log in. I don't want to log in. Export to PDF. This is going into my specialty bin of tuning stuff. OEM ECU loading is calculated load. Loaded my base map, then it skipped timing and bent a valve LMAO. Used an AVCS bolt or non-AVCS cam gear. It was too long. RIP. That is not fun. You basically leave your AFR base targets alone and then adjust your mapping terms properly to hit those targets. Perfect. That is what we're going to do. Your PDF, download PDF. I want this. This is going to go to my desktop. That is going to go into my specialty tuning bin. Mel, will you let me tune your GTI? I promise I won't blow it up. Oh, cool. She said I could tune the GTI. Practice on the GTI, then go to the STI. Absolutely not. I'm joking. That's a joke. We'll figure this out first. This software is... It's easy to navigate, and there's not as much to do in it as the Haltech, but at the same time, to me, it's a lot more confusing than the Haltech, but we'll navigate through it. OEM ECU loading is calculated load. OEM ECU loading is calculated load. Also, you're running MAF. There should be a MAF tuning guide in the same document as well. Beautiful. Tom, you are freaking awesome. I think that was in the same one. I think I just hit back to go back to the document now. Yeah. I feel like oh my god, tuning speed. What is going on here? The speed density volumetric efficiency table is the primary means by which the speed density tune is accomplished. Once you have your starting values configured for this table, as described in the previous section, we are not doing straight speed density. We are doing hybrid, which I think we'll figure that out. We can figure this out. I don't even know where would I find this? Is this even in here? Do I even have that? I gotta have that option. Not that I'm going to be messing with that option, but that option's got to be in here. Real-time tables. 0, 0. Beautiful. Love it. Not going to mess with, not going to mess with, not going to mess with. Rev limit. Engine speed RPM. Rev limit fuel cut primary. Engine speed RPM. Why does this give me... I want to know. I want to know this. Why do I have 2 here? So, rev limit. Do I not have rev limit? Rev? There's no limit. Let's just try the limit. Might not be in here. Factory airflow and load limits... no. That's weird. Why engine speed RPM 7,006. Okay, I'm not gonna mess with that one. I'm not gonna mess with that one right now. I believe you're mostly gonna run math with an external IIT. I'm pretty sure that's how it's gonna be set up. I'm pretty sure that's exactly all we're doing. The whole reason we just relocated the IIT sensor was to get a more accurate representation of intake temps. After, obviously, with running a front mount, we're gonna see a lot cooler temps and reading it off the MAF sensor. Also, a fun fact, I'm fairly certain the Cobb SF intake uses very close to the stock MAF curve as an OE intake. So we pulled that up earlier for MAF calibration. And since this is an old stage 2 map, these should be relative. It said it was set up for factory intake or Cobb SF. So I'm assuming we're just going to have to dial this in a little bit once we have the car running. But it should be like well enough for us to be able to get the car running. Bro, you changed the ECU time to speed density when you open ATR. I'm not going to mess with it. We're not going speed density. We don't need to mess with speed density stuff right now. Just keep it 50, 100 RPM apart of each other, and your red line should be the higher number. But what is the first number? See, that's what I understand. Like, what is... I just lost it. What does this represent? 7,000... As I look at this, I read both of these as RPM. Like 7,000, 6,900. I read that as like 7,000 RPM, 6,900 RPM. But rev limit, 7,000. Engine speed, 6,900. Rev limit, fuel cut, engine speed. So fuel cuts at 7,000, but the engine speed reads 69. Like, I don't know how to read this one, if that makes sense. You mean the MAF scaling software from GitHub? 7,000 is when it's going to cut fuel to limit the rev. 6,900 is when it's going to resume the fueling. Oh, that makes so much more sense. I keep forgetting that they have this little box down here also that tells me what these are. I need to read those more. I need to read those more. Okay, if that's the case, then since this is I'm going to set 5,000 and then 4,900. Not 49. 4,900. Okay, we're gonna do that for right now then. We're gonna do that for right now. I just read Tom's comment. Click speed density and give it the hybrid tables on click speed density. Bro, Mark, what are you doing? But also test. I just said that. I know there's a small delay in like when I say something when it actually comes out. Primary, we're not gonna play with that yet. I don't need to play with that right now. That can stay fine. We've already updated this. We've already updated this. Find, knock, learn. Don't need to touch that. Damn, not gonna touch it. Not gonna touch it yet. Boost targets. Not gonna touch it right now. Boost limits. PSI. We're not gonna touch any of that right now. This, not gonna touch it either. We're gonna leave it until we start playing with things. I think this is it. I think this is our base map to be able to start the car tomorrow. Like, I feel like with this, we should be able to start the car. God, send it. Tom is your best friend. Dude, Tom is a G. I love Tom. Tom knows what's up. 2 bar. There's an exchange ECU selection. 2 bar. What do you, toolbar? What do you see a toolbar? I feel like you're going to gaslight me also. We don't need to set it up as speed density, though. We're not doing speed density. We're still running the MAF sensor. Revert to stock map. View log file. View log file. That's kind of cool. I need to download like a good data log viewer. Mark, what was that data log viewer that you and I were using that one time when we were looking at the Corolla's data logs? I really liked that one. That one was kind of nice. It's built on ROM Raider. I believe the logger. I've never touched the Cobb stuff, but I know it's fairly similar since they're both basically edit the factory tune. Top bar, 2 chains. Top bar. What are you talking about, Mark? I have no idea what you're talking about right now. I feel like this is solid, though. I feel like what we have here will allow us to start the car. We have a rev limiter in place, and we have no wastegate duty in it, so it's just going to run off a wastegate right now. Sorry, bro. I'm literally in bed typing. As long as your tune is set to MAF mode, considering your injector settings, scaling mostly is good. It should start right up. Beautiful. Beautiful. As long as your tune is set to MAF mode. Now you got me. It's got to be set to MAF mode, right? Like, it has to be set to MAF mode for us to have a MAF calibration. Like, I feel like if it was set to speed density, it would not allow us to have this. Unless I just totally missed that. I want to go into advanced parameters one more time. What is this? Monitor, self-test. That's fine. I think I have heater control circuit, camshaft, watch me just turn all of these off, and then I'll never know if the car has a problem. Cylinder 1 misfire, knock sensor, crankshaft, camshaft, catalyst, OCV, backup voltage, starter signal. No details are available for this DTC. Why even run it? Throttle actuator control range performance bank. Throttle actuator control P063. I feel like we can leave that one. Internal module, ROM, idle. I think the rest of these are good for now. I don't think I need to change any of those. Bro, killing me. I'll call you tomorrow. Nighty night, people. Sorry, I'm literally in bed typing. As long as your sensors and injectors scale, it will start. Beautiful. Search for the SD mode table. I still don't know where this search feature is in here. It's not in advanced parameters. That was the one I was just in. Configure options. I feel like it would be in configurable options. Log list, display, logging, communications. These are kind of cool that they have like all these little gauges in here that you can like set them up. Gauge list. Why would I want this? What is this for? I feel like this is important. I feel like this is if I'm data logging. I feel like this is a data log one. I don't want to mess with that right now. Open log file. Connect ECU data log. Flash map. Change ECU. Dashboard table list. Data log viewer. Status bar. Copy paste itself. Advanced parameter base map prior. I still don't know. I'm going to be honest with you guys. I still have no idea where the search feature is in here. SD mode table should be set to 0. Search for... SD mode table. Okay, hang on. Speed density mode table. Where would you... Requested torque. Not going to touch that right now. Nope. It's not going to be under throttle. It's not under that. Math. Gear determination. Post cranking. Radiator fan switch. Not under lock control. Ignition tables. Wave knock control. Should we just turn knock off? I'm joking. Knock sensitivity. It's in development. It is in development. That's gotta say how old the software is if it's still in development on this. Compensation. Ignition, idle control tables, fuel tables. I don't think I have a speed density mode in this. If I do, I don't think I do, looking through here. This is like 10-year-old software at this point. Search it on the document as well, you might find it there. Speed density. SD engine placement, yep. DIT, unique speed density, VE logic. Speed density, airflow corrected, smoothing factor. I don't think that this software has it, to be honest. The load determination, smoothing factor, math mode, load determination factor, speed density mode. Yeah, I don't think this software has it. Which I don't think is the end of the world, but I mean, I think we'll be fine without it. Because I'm not seeing it anywhere in these like side tables over here. I'm not seeing it at all. Which is fine. Like I said, the whole point of us using this right now is just for me to be able to get a hang of like learning to tune. So even if it is all just math based right now, I think that'll be fine. But this is kind of limited early software, which kind of limits us, but I don't think it'll be a big deal. Yeah, I'm not seeing it in here at all. It's all math. When you create the tune file, does a menu pop up for the option? No, it does not. Search exactly for SD mode. SD mode. Tuners can select from 3 different real-time tunable modes of operation. MAF mode mimics factory logic in which airflow is determined. MAF calibration.
SD and vice versa. Because the response characteristics of MAF sensor use MAF. So I think we're going to be limited by the MAF sensor on the at least for using this software. I feel like if I get to the point where I'm like I want to just double down and learn to tune speed density on the 06, I think at that point we just go to a link and we just pick up using like a link ECU on the 06, because I feel like this software that I'm using is actually with the age of it, I feel like it's pretty limited to what I can and can't do, because I'm not seeing an SD mode anywhere in here. The most annoying part of tuning is the open loop to closed loop transition. Putting in a lot of work into that is how you get the car running smoother. There's a table called SD mode. Find it under the airflow category. Make sure it's set to 0. Dude, I'm telling you, it is. Let me move my face so that way you guys can see this a little bit better. I'm telling you, it's not an option for us. If it is, I'm not seeing it anywhere. Under airflow stuff, I'll go through all of these. So real-time tables, AF learning, AVCS cam advance, boost limits fuel cut, boost targets, dam, fine knock learning, fuel injector latency, fuel injector scale, MAF calibration, primary ignition, open loop fueling, rev limit fuel cut primary, turbodynamics integral negative, turbodynamics integral positive, turbodynamics proportional, wastegate, AVCS, we just have cam advance. This is all boost stuff. Fuel tables, AF learning, nothing in there for speed density, closed loop target, nothing in there for speed density, closed loop open transition, nope. Vehicle speed, nope. Cranking, fuel pump, smoothed injector duty. This is for injectors, which is not in there. Miscellaneous. I'm going through every table, man. If it's in here, we're going to find it. I don't think it's in here, though, but I'm checking. I'm double checking. Startup. It's not going to be under startup stuff. Tip and enrichment. So it's not under fuel tables. Idle control tables. Idle speed stability. Ignition tables. Nope. Primary, above speed thresholds, map switching, vehicle speeds, not in there. Launch control's not going to be there. Miscellaneous limiters, cruise control, miscellaneous tables, radiator fan, post cranking, MAF, gear detection, sensor calibrations, which we know is not in there, and then throttle, it's not in there. We do not have any options for speed density stuff. SD mode is not a factory feature. I don't know how Cobb does it, but it's like a ROM mod for open source. Scroll the window up to the top toolbar. Bro, where do you see it? Like, there is no... We don't have it. It's not an option. Like, we do not have any options for speed density stuff. We go dashboard. Oh, I don't have the cable plugged in right now to the ECU. Yeah, we just don't have any of that as an option. Status bar, table graph, table description, table... Which is fine. We don't need it. We don't need it. I'm going down the rabbit hole here for something that we don't need right now. Right now, with the cars using a MAF sensor, it's going to run off the MAF sensor. We'll be fine with using the MAF sensor. Go to ECU. Mark. Where? Connect to ECU. Data log, flash map, change ECU, reset ECU. Oh, you can't see everything that it shows. My bad. Look, you guys can see everything that it says. Connect to ECU, data logging, flash map, change ECU, reset ECU. Under help, it says about, help, updates, view log file, open log file. Under view, it's just dashboard, table list, table description, table data, status bar, data log viewer, edit, undo, copy selected cells, paste copied cells, advanced parameters, configure options, base map properties, load map, save map, revert to working map, revert changes to active table, manage maps, revert stock map, and exit. So we do not, I didn't realize that it wasn't showing it for you guys. I apologize about that, but change ECU. What are you talking about? Why would I change ECU? I can go 2000. Oh! Mark, look at you. Look at you, Mark. Okay, look at that. We've learned something new. So apparently if you hit change ECU, it'll go to speed density mode. So we're not going to do that. We're going to stay in the one that we're in. Or do I do that? Is this going to fry my map if I do this? Is this going to change everything that I just did? Mark. Mark, I need to... What's going to happen if I hit this? What is going to happen if I hit OK on this box? Bro, okay, I didn't know. I figured change ECU is going to make me, like, go to a different car. I didn't think it was going to be, like, 2006 USDM Impreza WRX STI SD. What, if I hit OK on this, is it going to absolutely wreck everything that I've just done?
No. Go.
Save, make a new map. What? Dude, I just did all of this.
No.
Save the map, start a new one. Fine. Okay, here, I'm going to hit cancel first. I'm going to save just in case. Finish. We'll save it over that one. ECU, change ECU. SD. What just happened? Did that just lose everything I just did? Speed density. Oh god, why would you make me do this? Oh my god! Oh, there's a whole nother option here. What is... Did this... Oh no. Oh no! Did I just lose everything? I don't think it did. Oh, now there's a speed density category. Look at the new tables in real time. Well, let me see if it saved all of... That smells so good. Whatever you just cooked over there. Okay, did this... I don't remember if this changed everything, so I need to go back to this. Oh, I don't want to have to redo it all tonight. Okay, fuel injector scale. It changed it all. No! It did change it all, didn't it? 2764, 5372. Edit. This is like a whole new base map now. Just copy and paste from the ID thing. Bro, there's still all the other sensors that I have to update. Oh, what is this? I can right click on this stuff? Multiply values? What is this? Multiply values. 10. How far can I multiply these? Oh, 12,000 is as high as it goes. Okay. Alright, well, hang on. Let me go back. Alright, let me reset all of this up now. I feel like everything I just did, Mark just made me throw in the toilet. 2764. Latency right there. 8.00. 1.95. 10. Sorry, okay, Mark, I'm learning. I'm learning as we're going here. This is all new to me. 1.43. 12. 1.13. 14.0.92. Mark, I'm going to call you tomorrow and yell at you for this. I'm going to call you on the Cartboy account, too. Okay, now we have our... Do I have to... I want to go back into this. Advanced... Was it under advanced... Oh my god, I do have to completely start over. Configure options. Okay, display, show standard units. Max IPW, pulse width, latency, okay. Small IPW, max IPW. Max small, that's 3. 3.00. Not 30, 3.00. 10 omega, copy and paste the values. If I right click on it, it asks me to do the other stuff. Room over here, typing each value in video. Mark, you're older than I am. Okay? You want me to copy and pasta this? Okay. What do we have? We have small IPW, max RPM, small IPW. Copy. Control. Shut up, okay? I didn't know I could do that. Shut up. You mistype latency is 1.92. Thank you. Wait. Latency. 0.92. It is 0.92. 14 is 0.92. 1.95, 1.95, 8, 1.95, 10, 143, 12, 113, 14.92, 16, 8. I got that one right. Control C. Just shut up, Mark. Shut up, okay? I'll fight you. I will come to your house. I will fight you in the dead of night. Mel, we're going to fight Mark.
Okay.
Mel's actually going to do it. I'll have her do it.
I'll fight Mark.
You'll fight Mark. Yeah, see, Tom is a G and gets it. Tom gets it, man. Control C. Control. I didn't know I could do that, okay? I thought I had to click on it and then have it pull up the box, okay? There is a stream lag. The maps are in the computer. They're in the computer. Reach and take them out. Fuel injector trim, small IPW. Small IPW. Okay, Control C, Control V. I didn't know that was a thing, okay? I'm sorry. Can I do, like, multiple at a time? Can I do all of these? Get out of here! I didn't know I could do that, okay? Leave me alone. We're learning. We're learning together. I don't want to hear it, Mark. Time is money, boys. Hi. Mark says hi, Mel.
Hi.
Hi. Bro, she made some bomb-smelling, like, hash brown bacon deliciousness.
Cowboy casserole.
Cowboy casserole. Fuel injector, pulse width limit max. Pulse width limit min. Fuel injector, pulse width limit min. Min. Okay, yeah.
You want hot sauce?
I would love some hot sauce.
I want hot sauce.
What kind of hot sauce do we have?
Cholula.
Oh, I think that's it for injectors. We have latency set up. 8195. For crying out, thank. Dude, I didn't know I could select them all, okay? Mark. I still don't have this spot to enter base pressure, but I think we all determined that it doesn't matter on that one. Dude, I have to re-enter all of my sensor calibrations now. That's fine, we can do that. Where did I find that before? Map sensor calibration multiplier gradient. So, thank you. This one, I think we determined we are not changing. The multiplier, we have this in PSI now. Calibration sensor, where's our multiplier? This is 15. What did we do for this before? Map sensor calibration offset. Oh, no. There's a whole ass other document that we had, bro. There's that whole ass document that frickin' Tom gave us. What am I doing? Tom's a G, and I don't know what I'm doing right now, okay? I apologize. Control F. Map. Map sensor. Okay, let's get a little more. Let's get even more. Let's get 4 bar. There we go. Cobb 4 bar. Multiplier, 14.5. Offset, minus 7.52. Minus... Oh, I can copy and paste. That's right. Okay, leave me alone. Don't attack me. Mark. Talking to you, Mark. Multiplier. Boop. Copy. Paste. Don't attack me, Mark. It's on the other document. See? Look at that. Okay, we got the delta threshold. We determined that we were not going to change that one. MAF calibration intake temp. MAF compensation intake temp. Intake temp sensor calibration. Shoot. I would like to find... That might be in here. Control F. GM. GM and AEM IT sensors. I cannot copy and pasta this one, so I'm going to have to type this one all in, it looks like. Which is fine. Okay, so because DIT cars have a manifold temp sensor, we are not DIT. This DIT table is slightly larger than the EJ 25 liter table. Shown blind modifying the manifold sensor voltage access for DIT. Also modify. I'm just going to find it. GM-IAT sensor. GM-IAT sensor calibration. Give me something I can just copy pasta, because now you guys are going to get me lazy. You guys are going to make me lazy with this copy pasta. This is Cyvex. Doesn't matter. GM sensor is a GM sensor. 5 hours later. All right. Click. Shut up! I think you should change it back to MAF so we can all start over and enjoy this fun. Mark, I'm going to fight you, dude. I'm going to fight you. Oh, it's delicious. I don't have a way to open this program. Are you kidding me? I'm gonna have to type it all out. Air intake temp. Oh, that's fine. It's whatever. Look at that. You guys get to watch me type out an entire sensor calibration now. Alright, we're typing it out. We're going back to this Naziak one. I'm just your friendly neighborhood internet troll. You're doing great, man. The one to the Naziak form, I believe you can copy paste. There's no way I can copy. Dude, that's a screenshot. I can't copy and paste that one. It's whatever. We'll just type it out. Little typing never killed us. Alright, so we are in Fahrenheit this time. Okay. So 0.20. We're just going to go down 0.36, 0.52, 0.67, 0.83, 0.99, 1.14, 1.30, 1.45, 1.45, 1.61, 1.77, 1.92, 2.08, 2.24, 2.39, 2.39, 2.55, 2.70, 2.70, 286, 302, 317, 333, 349, 364, 380, 395, 3.95, 411, 427. If she has to go out later, I'll take her out. 411, 427, 442, 458, 474. Okay. Negative 40. Negative 9. We're in Fahrenheit now, aren't we? We are totally in Fahrenheit now. That's fine. Fahrenheit. 248, 248, 235, 215, 208, which is now 199. 194 is 186. 186. 186. 114 is 176. 168. 161. 152. 146. 140. 133. 127. 127. 120. 113. I'm sorry, I cannot copy and pasta this one. Okay, I hope you guys will forgive me one day. Maybe not today, maybe tomorrow, but one day. 106. 100. 94. 88. 82. 76. It's not 7. 76. 70. 64. 56. Man, maybe I should have left this in Celsius. 33. How do we go? No, we do not go from 411. That's 47. Let's say there's no way there's that big of a jump. 33. 17. 4, 5, 8. It's 9? Minus 9. That's a big jump. No. Minus 9. What just happened there? Add on Naziak. Minus 40. Okay. IAT sensors reset up. We warned him. He didn't listen. It's how baby deer learn, Tom. I don't think he saved it. Saved what? You can copy and paste on the previous tune, but if I do that, I'm going to lose this tune, aren't I? Am I not tunes open at the same time? Is that a thing? I should probably save this map. Base map 06 STI speed density. Use this version, you loser. Alright, there we go. I need to go boost wastegate duty. Wastegate 0. Okay, so I was told under speed density hybrid mode. Oh my god, what kind of hell is this? What kind of hell am I looking at here? I don't even want to get into this right now. I don't think I need to. Okay. Speed density mode. 0 math, 1 speed density, 2 hybrid. I'm going to leave it on 0 right now. I'm giving shit because we love it. Dude, we're learning together. Look at this. Look at this deliciousness that Melanie made. It's so good. It's got like bacon, hash browns, ground beef. Don't forget your math scaling. Oh! We had it all set up, man. You guys maybe turn on speed density. Okay. Well, hang on. File. Load map. I saved this one. So let's do this. Now we're in this one. Where's my map? Why is the speed density open on this one? File. Load map. 06 STI base map. Open. Why is speed density open on this? Why is speed density open on my old tune now? What have we done? Dude, open another access tuner. I don't think I can open it more than once. I don't think I can do that. Alright, hang on. I think I have to close out of it and then open a new one. Can I exit out of this tune? Manage map. No, go away. I want to do this right now. No! No! Zero out your per cylinder fuel tables. Start looking at Tom's stat more. Dude, open another. I can't. It won't let me. I can only open one. Get out of here, dude. There's no way. Get out of here. There's no freaking way I can have two of these open at the same time. File, load map. Get, dude. Are we going to load the map? We're going to load. Open. Are we open? Okay, we are open. These should be identical. Map calibration. Okay. Tom, you're a freaking genius, man. You are actually a genius. I want you to know that. And okay. Oh my god, there's so much. I don't think I can. Can I zoom out on this? What am I doing? Why are numbers changing? What have I done? What have I done? I need to exit out of this. I need to exit out. I don't know. No, do not save do not save whatever changes we just did. Okay. Hang on. File, load map. I can't zoom out. That's fine. We'll do this in sections. We'll do this in sections. Map calibration. So this will get us to 254. Stop trying to right click, Tanner. Control C. Come here. Oh god, 254. Wait a minute. I can just do that? Are you kidding me? But it won't let me do it on this one. Why? Click first, hold shift, click last. Does that work in this? Click first, hold shift. But I have to scroll down here. Oh my god, dude. You guys are friggin' geniuses. I actually feel like an idiot half the time when doing this. I want you to know that. I actually feel dumb. No, I just want to go. Click there, scroll down, go there, Control V. Did that even update? Am I crazy right now? That should be 0.94130. 0.94130. Okay. I know that. Just check values before you fire up copy paste. He just learned Control C, Control. You can't hit him with. What does Control A do? Control A, Mel. What is Control A?
All. Select all.
Are you? That's a thing.
Yeah.
Control A is all.
Select all.
This is dumb. Okay. It does mess up values only when copying from somewhere else. When copying over from a map to another map looks good. Why my VE table all red? Why table all red? Okay, we did map sensor.
Math compensation intake. I'm not gonna mess with that right now. Not gonna mess with that. Intake temp sensor. What was there anything else that we changed? I think that was it. Someone's never used Excel. Bro, I rarely use Excel. I use Google Sheets. I don't even have Excel. This is delicious, by the way. Miss Mel.
What?
I said this is delicious, by the way. Is there more?
Yeah, it's fine.
I'm gonna eat more. Speed density, we're gonna set this to 100 and just see what happens on it. I can't believe 70 of you guys are still watching me struggle with this right now. Okay, throttle tables, not gonna touch. Miscellaneous, not gonna touch. Speed density, not gonna touch. Sensor calibrations, borrow sensor, not gonna touch. That should be fine. Coolant temp, don't need to touch. Front O2, don't need to touch. Fuel temp, don't need to touch. Do we even have fuel temp? I don't remember if the 06 has fuel temp. It might. Intake temp, we've done that. Load compensation, manifold pressure, shouldn't need to change that right now. Map calibration, we just pulled that. Map, we got the map sensor done with. We've scaled the injectors. Miscellaneous tables. I feel like we should be solid. Review stuff with pulse width in it. Startup since you have bigger injectors. Delete system 32. GD's usually a fuel temp. You won't believe what Control Z does. Get out of here. Don't forget to zero the per cylinder injector compensations. Fuel injector. You're talking about these ones? These? Zero these four out, the cylinder 4 fuel multiplier offsets? Or is there another spot that has review stuff with pulse width in it, startups to bigger injectors? Like what? We already did that. Pulse width limit, we changed all these. We changed all the stuff. Latency, pulse width limit minimum, we did all that. But yeah, cranking tables, lower according to your injector size, otherwise it'll be too much fuel in the cranking. I did that on the RS and I freaking dumped fuel in it. Cranking, lower it? You say that, but I have no idea what I'm looking at right now. This is a terrible idea. Why did I do this to myself? I have 1050s. We're using ID 1050s. Top feed. JK, don't do that. Windows button command E format C. Yes. A to D tables. Okay, so we have injector, pulse width, millisecond, reflash only, and up here we have coolant temperature. So this is cranking fuel injector, pulse A, coolant temp. These are all coolant temp based. Base D, base A, base B, base C, base D. What's up, brother? What up, Reefy? 1050. Yeah, they are 1050X. Why are you guys getting 1300 something? We're on 1050X. Okay, multiply all the cranking tables by 0.52. For milliseconds? Okay, so we can multiply values by 0.52. Like that? Was that right? Trash to 10. No, get out of here, Doug. Okay, multiply all the A to D cranking tables by 0.52. Alright. We're doing it. Multiply by 0.52. Okay. Beautiful. Look at that, we're doing it. You guys are the best. Multiply values by 0.52. Multiply values by 0.52. Okay, so that's all four of these tables. Cranking, fuel injector, pulse width, A, B, C, and D. What is this? Cranking, fuel injector, pulse width, compensation, accelerator. I don't think I need, do I need to touch on? Yeah, dog. Because it's pulse width duration in time, not fuel amount. So the ECU gives it a time domain. I read that as a time domination, except now the injector is 2x bigger. That's true. You can open a comparison tune and see the difference. And the first start is going to be shaky. Well, I don't care. That's why I bought the 06 STI. If it blows up, I don't care. It's just a short block. We can put another short block in it. The RX is the one I don't want to blow up the RS. I'm literally going to go upload this tune on the car tomorrow and see if it fires up. I should probably put oil in it first. Oil and coolant. I gotta put those in there still, but that's fine. That's easy. That's the easy stuff. Alright, I'm feeling pretty... I'm gonna save this. Save map. Why is it saving as that one? Hold up. This is the speed density one, right? Yeah, this is the speed density one. Alright, I'm gonna close out of this one. This is our speed. File. Save map. Container. 06 STI base map. SD. This one. Finish. We're going to save it over this one. Save. Because this is our speed density one. Mark, I'm going to fight you. I'm actually going to fight you right now, Mark. Your per cylinder table is 0. I lost those. Where do those go? I was under injectors. These with these? Why am I zeroing these? You have maps scaled, correct? Yeah, we have our map sensor scaled. If that's what you're referring to. Why pay a pro tuner when chat can tune your car, right? Dude! Let you guys tune my car. Like I said, I don't understand this software at all. It's very confusing. Hopefully it didn't glitch as you tried to tune files before. Tried to change tune. Why would it glitch? It says speed density right there. We're still at 0, right? We're still at 0. SD volumetric efficiency, 100 across the board. Love it. Love it. For stock or comp 4 bar? It's comp 4 bar. 0 that because those compensation tables are used for stock injectors only. Okay. So that was under injector. That's these ones. Okay. 0. 0. 0. 0. File. Save map. Finish. Up. Save. You don't need it. Subaru could have figured it out because they're blowing up engines on a dyno to figure that. Rip. Rip. I think we've done it, you guys. I think we've freaking done it. Mel, will our Subaru blow up?
No.
This map was pretty much built by the chat. She gave a thumbs up, man. She got faith. I got faith. We'll be fine. It'll do it. Actually, I want to do wastegate duty 100%. Wastegate duty low 100%. Oh, that's the spot. Look at that, dude. Look at that freaking... That is a smooth graph right there. I don't know how well you guys can see that. That is the smoothest freaking graph. Look at that. First YouTube e-tuned car. What do you guys think? That's a little bit steep here. We'll go multiply values by minus 0.35. Oh, okay, that was a lot. We'll do 25. And right here we'll do like 50. But then like right here we'll put it at like 45. That is how you want your graph to look. Bro, it's linear. That is what we're gonna run for our wastegate duty. So win for Mark and Tom, dude. We'd be lost without Mark and Tom. We would be screwed. No, we wouldn't be. We'd figure it out eventually, but they definitely made the process a whole hell of a lot smoother. So, team effort. There's no I in team. Remember that. last but not least, I wouldn't use access port for learning. I use open source. That's even deeper rabbit hole, way better in my opinion. I already have like the access port and everything though. No liability. I'm gonna put all these back at 0. I'm gonna put all this back at 0. Look at that, dude. All the boost, all the time. Love it. Love it. Helltech time now. Once we get it, like I said, this access tuner, access port, open source, whatever it is, it's I'd listen to chat for your own risk. It's all for practice. Like, there's no way we're gonna learn until we actually start doing this stuff and actually playing with it to see how these changes that we make actually affect the car. Because I don't know. It's a learning process. I currently develop ECU mods for open source, hence why I prefer it. Could literally run Doom on a 32-bit ECU. That'd actually be kind of fun. That'd be kind of fun right there. Looks like my wastegate duty cycle. Love watching your videos and working on my Outback, having issues with it at the moment. What issues you got going on, Nate? Hopefully not some like not so fun issues. Tom, please define all the tables for the 04 STI and send me the definitions. Dude, like this stuff, I could like mechanically I can tear apart a Subaru, put it back together, no problem. ECU stuff, dude, I get so lost in the sauce, and that's what we're gonna work on next. That's what we're gonna get. We're gonna figure it out. How much Tabasco or how much Cholula did you put in this? No. How much Cholula?
Like 3 splashes.
That bite, I think all of it like pooled into that one bite. It was good though. Pretty spicy, but it was good.
Cholula is life.
Just life.
Cholula is life.
No bowls off the line at 3K RPM. I don't remember all the years with the atmospheric pressure sensors in the secondary air pump. I think that's 07 plus is when they started doing that. Tuner's fault. See, I have no one to blame but myself if I blow it up. I built it. We're tuning it. This is a collective. I can blame you guys. I can blame Mark specifically, actually. Tom gets the freebie. If the car blows up, I'm blaming Mark. Mark, I'm coming for you, man. Can I set this up? I would like to put the tune onto here, but I think I have to have this plugged into the the car for me to put the tune from the computer through this onto the car, because I'm pretty sure the way that I have to flash it is as a continuous like loop through the access port while the computer's plugged in. I think. I don't know. That's something I'm gonna have to figure out tomorrow. Because I can't just wait a minute. Hold up. I'm gonna freaking try something. What is it? Yes. I'm gonna try something. I don't know if this is gonna work or not. It might work, but I also don't know if it's gonna work. Where's my access port manager? Let's see, access port manager. Yeah, sure. Go for it. Oh my god. What are we doing? What is happening? What just opened up? No. No, 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 no. No. Access port manager. No. Okay. So let's delete all these. Open up you. Home. Desktop. This one. Yes. Alright, there we go. Cool. So, we've got Access Tuner Race, version 1, stock engine, IT relocated, turbo bag, blah, 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 blah. I don't even know if this is going to work, actually, because this said it was for a V2 access port. We'll find out. I might have to plug the software in. I might have to plug the computer into the access port, and then plug the access port to the car, and then upload it directly to the car. That might be how I have to do it. But if I go onto the access port and I go tune, change ECU map, please plug the ECU, please, okay, whatever. It won't let me until... ECU reflash? Nope, it won't let me until I plug it in. It is whatever, that's fine. Man, V2, what do those go for now? $50? Dude,
V2 is what I started with when I got into the Subaru stuff, was a V2 Access Port. They're like little tiny like Game Boy style things. Been living on the GD content. Been reviving an 04WX for my family for 10 plus years. Nice! Keep that thing alive, man. V2 go on my shelf as trophy. I think I traded my V2 back into Cobb when they came out with the V3s. And then I think they gave you like a $200 credit at the time or something like that. And I think these were only like $400 when they first came out. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure these were only like $400. We'll see though. We'll see. I miss them. Had my hands on a V1. Thing was a dinosaur. Dude's like Game Boy. The V1 Access Port's like freaking Game Boys, man. Okay, so I think we have the tune on here. I don't think, if it wasn't compatible, I don't think it would upload onto here, but we have our tune on here. If it doesn't work, I'll have to put the software on my laptop, put the tune on my laptop, and then plug it all in to the car at the same time. APs are for OTS kids. Yeah, well, we have 3 Haltechs sitting in some of the other cars, so I think if we have an access part on one of them, we will be fine. It's not bad. It's honestly not bad. Speaking of Game Boy, have you ever heard of electronic boost? I have. I think it was Turbo Smart that made that. The electronic boost controller Game Boy. Those things are pretty cool, though. They're pretty sweet. 81415. My car has it and it works. That's actually kind of cool. But, alright. I am jumping off, you guys. It's been like 2 hours of this, and we had to remake our map a couple of times, but that's okay. But I'm going to get this. Oh, look, it's like Inception. You guys can see the chat. It's like Inception. So I'm going to get that uploaded on tomorrow. Well, I'm going to try to get that uploaded on tomorrow. If I have to, bring my laptop to the shop, download the software on my laptop. Wait, did someone give you pre-Greenspeed Access Tuner? No, this is Access Tuner Race that I bought long time ago. It's very limited software. It's not like the current Access Tuner or anything like that. This is like very basic Access Tuner. And in order to use this Access Tuner, you have to marry the access port to the software and to the car. So it's not like anybody could use this software. It's like it's only I can use this software. But yeah, we've been going for like 2 hours. We remade our map once. But I'm hyped. I'm gonna get this uploaded on the car tomorrow. See if we can get this thing fired up. If we can, that will be freaking awesome. If it decides to not start and give us all sorts of problems, that's a bridge we'll cross later, because I let you guys tune all the cars. Keep that shit as a secret. It doesn't matter. I paid for this software. I bought this software years ago. You can't take away something I purchased. And it's not like anybody can use this software either. It's literally only I can use the software because I paid for the software, and it's married. The software is married to my access port. So quite literally nobody else can use this. But that's beside the point. But anyways, with that, I am hopping off, you guys. I am going, like I said, I'm going to get this uploaded on there tomorrow. We're going to try to get this thing started. Tom, shoot me an email. Shoot me an email or hit me up on the website. And I'll shoot you my personal email. We can keep in touch because you are a freaking lifesaver, dude. With that, like I said, I'm jumping off, you guys. I'm going to wrap up eating. I think we may or may not go to the gym tonight, depending on what, I don't know. Nope, we are skipping tonight. We're going tomorrow, though. Okay. I'm going to eat more food then if we're not going to the gym. Beautiful. All right. Anyways, I will catch you guys later. I'm hopping off. Do another live tomorrow for start. We'll see. Maybe. I gotta finish the suspension tomorrow once UPS drops all that off. But anyways, I'm jumping off. I'll catch you guys later. Peace out, homies. Woo! Appreciate the help from everyone. Also, Tom, Mark, you guys are... Mark, I'm still gonna fight you tomorrow. I'm gonna call you and fight you tomorrow anyways. But with that, I'll